Hello there y'all, what's up Royal Tankers? In today's video I'm going to be reviewing and showing you guys the new video that we're going to post a couple hours ago. This is basically telling us what's going to happen in the next update, and let's get into the video. Okay, what we have here is the new Polish Tech Tree TD line. It is finally coming into the game. The player base has been asking for this for years, and they're finally listening. The great thing about this line is that it has something called assault shells, which basically discourages people from camping, which is great. I'm not going to say I never camp, but it is great that they're encouraging people not to camp these things. With the mechanics, that basically the farther you are away from the tanks that you're shooting, the less damage you do. The closer, the more damage you do. Also, they all are very heavily armored. Each and every one of the tanks is very, very armored. The only tank that really has weak spots on its superstructure is the Tier 7. But even that there's very, very small weak spots. So this line is going to be absolutely broken. Another thing is that they all have extremely high DPM. We'll see that in a minute, but it is absolutely insane the amount of PPM and armor that these things have. Each tank in the line is a legendary camo. They're showcasing events. This is the Blacksmith, Iron Forge, whatever event. That is, what's it called again? You can get the Luck Panther 70. They'll talk about it soon. Also, PBR, Sheridan Missile event. Yeah. Okay, the new Polish TD line. Okay, let's go back a second here. See if I can remember all these tanks. That is the Tier 10, Tier 9, Tier 8, Tier 7, Tier 6, Tier 5. So yeah, this is the SDP-40 Zadimka. It's Tier 5. It's a very good Tier 5, but again, it's a Tier 5. So, okay, this is the STP-44 Burza. The Tier 6, which is broken. Has way too much GPM, way too much armor, and it's insane. The Gowika, STP-57 Gowika, the Tier 7 is, as I mentioned before, the only tank with weak spots. The weak spots are right over here. Every other tank has 0 weak spots, and especially this tank on flat ground. Since the lower plate is so angled, you can't pen it, so it's absolutely broken. The Tier 7 is probably the most balanced one of the line, and it's still OP. A lot of armor there on the Tier 5. Gowika has a lot of armor. Wait, I forgot the name, so. Stimka, Burza, Gowika, okay. Okay. Tier 7, I don't know why they're showing with that much armor on the superstructure. There is weak spots, but okay. That's the Kilana. STP-58 Kilana. Basically, just showing. This is a not accurate representation because this is like 50 meters, but you get the idea. Basically, if you're in the farthest away zone, you don't do nearly as much damage, and the green and in, you do the most damage. I think you do 140% of your damage from here and inward, and you do 100%, and you do like 70%, and then yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look it up soon. It'll show. It only applies to AP and to standard and gold shells. Gonkovica is also broken. It's a Tier 9 with extreme amounts of DPM, like Tier 10 levels of DPM. And insane amounts of armor, Tier 10 levels of armor. This tank is better than a lot of Tier 10 heavies. This line is going to be so busted. Yeah. A lot of armor. It's showing what its effective DPM at closest range. Which is cool, because wargaming just shows all the tank stats. They don't actually show it's going to be played in real battles. But this is actually pretty cool. tank has a lot of effective DPM. And then the NC-70 Błyskawica, I think that, something like that, that's how it's pronounced. Błyskawica, or something like that, I don't know. This tank, again, it's a more broken version of the Tier 9. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, you can't have the thing. It also has the most DPM in the game, just by the way, and close range. So this is assault shells. At the 0 bar thing, at over 200 meters, you do, I think, yeah, 60 or 70% of your damage, I forgot. But, okay. Oh, yeah, 200 meters or more, you do 80% of your average damage. At 120 to 200, it is 100% of your damage, regular damage. At 50 to 120, you do 120% of your damage. And then at 50 meters or less, you do 140% of your damage. That's like 800, 900 damage. That is, why? A tank with busted armor doing 900 damage. What even is that wargaming with the most DPM in the game? That is insane. I don't understand. Okay, this line is going to be so busted. Tank's driving. Yeah, as I mentioned before, every single tank has a legendary camo, which is very cool. This is the first time Wargaming has released a line where every single tank has a legendary camo. So that is pretty nice. Showcasing them all. They all look amazing. All basically the same style. It's like the bushes and whatever. Okay. The Schwarzpanzer 58 is getting a PBR. Finally, this tank. No, that's not. That's the Indian Panzer. This tank hasn't gotten a PBR like since 2016, so that's very, very nice. Oh, that looks amazing. Conqueror's finally getting a PBR. Oh my gosh. And the VK4502B. This tank really needs it. It looks really ugly. I'm so happy they're giving these tanks PBR. Giving tanks PBR is just a nice way to make the game look so much better. The Type 5 Heavy. Yeah, basically 800 damage, busted armor, busted hit points. The Type 5 is going to be OP. The one bad part about the Type 5 is the fact that it's a collector. It's not a tech tree. I don't know why. It's such a good line. Everybody loves the line. The Type 4 Heavy, I forgot, like the Tier 5, the ONI or something like that on World Tanks PC. I don't know why they're making a collector. Actually, I do know why. They want money. They want to, like, squeeze as much money as they can from the Blitz player base. And the fact is that everybody's going to gamble for this thing, which is sad but true. It's just Wargaming can get away with anything they want. Hopefully they'll go, even though it's a collector, they're probably going to release the Type 4 Heavy or some of the other tanks in the line in other events. Let's hope for that. It's better than not releasing that. Here's a random thing, August 28th, cool. Oh yeah, you can get the Centurion, I don't know which tank it is, let's see. Oh, yeah, FB211. Oh, this is the Black Prince knockoff, okay. In Battle Pass, people can get the Skoda T27 or the Companzer PR58 or something like that. And finally, it's been over a year, but they're finally releasing a new Sheridan Missile event. I am probably going to grind this day and night. But I'm very, very happy that they're bringing this event. It's a free-to-play event. You get a Tier 10, and you can't play it in regular modes, which is good. Back in 2015, when they released this into the game, it's a tech tree tank with missiles that you can play in regular battles. And missiles were way more OP back in the day, so that's pretty crazy. Honkai, they removed it from the game and released it as a premium that you can only collector that you can only play in battle modes. Sadly, you can only sell it for 10 gold. Okay, thank you, wargaming. Whatever. And there's the Blacksmith Forge, where you can get the Lech Panzer 70. This is the second time it's been available, and it's been like 10, 11 months. They're also selling the Compenser 3D10, which is one of my favorite tier 10s. But yeah, this is a regular, like, resource event, lounge, luxury lounge event, whatever. So this is pretty chill. It's not overly expensive. You can technically get the Lech Panzer 70 for free, but it's not actually happening. But it is buffed, which is very nice. Hey, they get buffed it. And comp. I don't know much about comp. I don't play comp. But the Blitz comp, I'm happy that they're pushing for competitive in Blitz. The comp scene is pretty like bad right now, so luckily there's like advertising the events, which is nice. Yeah, they're saying you can watch it on the working website. The thing about comp is that they only play tanks with reactive armor, broken tanks. The W713 GFT was spammed in comp. When I took away reactive, it's not played anymore. Every single tank that has gotten reactive, the EPDM got reactive, and now it's played in comp. It's also broken. But every single tank that got reactive, they start playing in comp. It's really weird. Comp scene is okay, but whatever. I'm not going to say anything bad about it, because I want to get completely bullied online in Discord if I do that, so just going to no comment on the comp players right now. Okay, outro, whatever. Just the line again, they all look amazing. And okay, so that is the video right there. So, okay, basically and overall, their comp is coming back, or comp is being rejuvenated hopefully. The new Polish Texture 2D line is released, Call Tanks getting PBR, the Lech Panzer 70 event is getting released, and the Sheridan Missile event is getting released. And one or two other things that nobody actually cares about. So that is it for today's video. Hope you all enjoy the video, and have a good one.